Now, while all eyes appear to be trained on what's going on at the Presidential Election Petitions Court, there seems to be less attention being paid to similar litigations at the state level. In Delta State, a former junior minister, Kenneth Gbagi, ran for governor on the platform of the Social Democratic Party, but came just short of victory. But he's gone to the tribunal to challenge the outcome of the governorship contest. He joins us now to discuss the activities of the Delta State Tribunal, as well as to set the agenda ahead of the presidential inauguration on May 29th. Welcome to Newsday. Good afternoon, Mr. Gbagi.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for making time to be here as well. Can you tell us about the content of your petition that's before the tribunal?
Quite easy. We have filed a petition to the Delta State Electoral Tribunal cataloging the issues we believe had gone wrong with the entire election and where we are today. On two major grounds. Ground number one is that everybody, which is the first, second, third, and fourth candidate in that election, were either to not qualify to run the election ab initio. So we had approached the court, the tribunal, to say, yes, they contested the election, but they were not supposed to be candidate for election. They did not qualify to contest. They never did. On a second leg of the petition, we had said, should they, which of course is what INEC had agreed to, and everybody had said that yes, there was misbehavior, there was act against the law and the Electoral Act. If that is the case, our second ground and leg is to say, disqualify all these four other persons having violated fraudulently, perjuriously from contesting the election, and let those of us who are qualified left to go for the election as contained in the relevant electoral laws that set up the election. So if you ask me, very well put, and I'm quite happy because having filed our petitions, they have replied, and all their replies seem to agree with our petitions, that they were not qualified. The facts are there for everybody to see. So what we are waiting for, actually and truly, is victory from the tribunal as to the effect that the 1, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th candidates, as it were done, and votes were allocated to them, they not qualify ab initio, and as such, they can never be governor of Delta State. That's my position.
All right. Curious as it seems, looking at it closely, let's talk about your party, the SDP, because about 2 weeks ago, there are talks that the SDP had actually dumped your case because the chairman of the party, Mr. Dawene, disclosed this when he actually led other executive members and stakeholders of the party to pay a congratulatory visit to the state governor-elect, talking about Oborowe. And you look at this and you say, your party seems to have actually left you out in the cold at the moment. What do you have to say to that?
Thank you very much for raising the issues. Dawene, first and foremost, is not a member of the SDP. He was a mole, as he has himself said, that in the last 3 years, he's been lead agent of the PDP, so he was never. But the party has acted very swiftly by suspending him, dismissing him from the party, and all those co-agents of theirs who were moles as planted. In politics, you see a lot of things. Very honest people do not live long, except you have the tenacity to fight it. So was never, a candidate or a member. Himself was paid money to take the governorship candidacy of SDP. In the last 10 years, as you know, this uneducated fellow has held purposes of using it as a trade tool with government in power to make little money. But, okay, it's now history, okay, has been dismissed. He went further, very dubiously, to appoint one of his cronies and that of Okowa as a lawyer, whose lawyer filed a petition for withdrawal. And as you know, the lawyer himself ran away with those papers from court. His petition has been dismissed. Illegality, as you know, has become the order of the day for criminals. But were you to have your facts and ready to pursue them, the end of it is a good news. That lawyer has, the petition has been thrown out. Okay, himself is on the run. He's been dismissed from the party with his cohorts, haven't been discovered to be a mole. And he said no less that in the last 3 years, he's been working for the party. So he was not a member. SDP has new executive in Delta State. He has no right under the laws to have appointed a lawyer in the first place. But criminals will always attempt. But that, to me, is history now. Okay, has no place in the history of SDP. And SDP never dumped me. You saw the letter of the national chairman, the national secretary of the party. We're all intact, and our petition is running its course.
Duly noted, Mr. Gbagi. Now, of course, you made it very clear that the focus of your petition is that the individuals in the first, second, and third they don't qualify. Just wondering how the events that have played out regarding the Delta State elections has shaped your perception of INEC.
Put it this way, I'm extremely pleased with INEC. If you saw the response of INEC, INEC had agreed that, number one, there was incursions against the Electoral Act, that they did not transmit the electoral result through the results from ward collation levels, the local government levels, then to the state. By that singular acceptance and act, they have agreed that the election did not meet the electoral laws and guidelines for that election. What are the various options? That's why I have prayer too. So INEC haven't agreed. That, of course, leveled the case of PDP candidate. That, of course, he has nothing to stand on, because INEC himself, that is the umpire of the election, says, yes, we acted against the Electoral Act. We did not transmit beavers, we did not transmit result. If that stands, one of the second prayer we have, other than the fact that they are not qualified. If you go on a relay race, you are found to have taken dope. If you have 10 people on that race, 1, 2, 3 to 7 had doped, and they had come in that order as winners. The 8th person that did not, come out as somebody who had taken dope and had done the relay race by himself is the winner. So in this case, two things INEC had said, I've seen. We committed an infraction. We conducted the election outside the Electoral Act by not transmitting the result, one. Number two, they had, in their reply, had said that I ought not to have sued. I would have thought that INEC should have read the Electoral Act very well. Section 133, subsection 2, 136, subsection 2 of the together, you are permitted to sue as much as 10 candidates that you believe have incursions are not qualified. So to that extent, INEC has helped our case very well, and we are happy with their reply to the tribunal. And to that effect, the tribunal is free now to decide precisely who qualified and who does not qualify. And if you do not qualify, you do not qualify. You cannot therefore be declared as a governor of a state. That is our position. In any case, should the wise, they will disqualify PDP, APC, Gbagi, and Labour Party, haven't presented candidates that ab initio are not qualified to have conducted the election. And what will be left? It will be left with just the SDP as the major party to go back for a re-election. So to that extent, I'm very happy.
All right, very happy you say, but as it stands right now, bar any other decision from the court, for the tribunal, I beg your pardon, we're going to be having Sheriff Oborue being inaugurated as the governor of Delta State. But talk to us. Will that deter you in any way, or the fight continues?
I'm a lawyer. Swearing anybody in, as history will have it in Nigeria electoral situation, it doesn't make any meaning. In fact, what Sheriff is enjoying is a temporary weeks or days of smelling or putting on the toga or uniform of a governor, but law being what it is, it will not stand the test of time. It does not deter me. It has nothing to do with where we are headed. Is definite because the laws are very simple and clear to the common layman on the street that Sheriff is not a governor.
All right.
Of, what I call nothing.
All right, Olorogun Kenneth Gbagi, I want to say thank you very much for your time here on Newsday. You're watching News here on the Rise News. Plenty more still ahead. Do stay with us.